Okay, this is more advice for TIs. It's on how to avoid what I call the emergent crowd. Now, obviously, when you're going through this pandemic, that's another thing. Pandemic. When I heard the word, I didn't know what it was, but I know that the genus pan refers to chimpanzees. So, does that mean that pandemic is when people are more likely to act like chimpanzees? More likely than not. Anyway, back to the subject matter. How to avoid the emergent crowd, because obviously some of the measures we're supposed to take during this pandemic are to avoid crowding. Now, there are the physical crowds that you can obviously see. These are ontic. These are when people are actually physically crowding, so it's a physical force you can see or gathering. But then there's the emergent gathering or the emergent crowd. That's what I like to call it. The emergent crowd is when a state of crowding takes place over time. It's a temporal effect. If you stand in one place on the road and people pass by you one by one, they're not crowding, they pass by you one by one. Let's say one person passes you every minute. That's 60 people who's passed you in an hour. That's a crowd. Okay, so avoid situations where there is an emergent crowd. Now, that means you have to cover all points that this crowd can manifest in. Now, if your front door is next to the road, yeah, don't leave it wide open, because let's say, using my analogy, there'll be 60 people walking past it in 1 hour, and the chances of finding one who's got this coronavirus would be quite high. Like, isn't it 3-4%? I can't remember what it is. Yeah, so basically, that would be a crowd that has emerged that you've been exposed to. Yeah, that would have included 6 people or thereabouts that could potentially have this. So basically, avoid situations where you run into the emergent crowd, and this could be staying outside for too long. Is also a way of avoiding, is a way of running into the emergent crowd. So you have to avoid that. Yeah, this is generally for TIs, people who are serious about these matters, because there's people out there who are actively trying to increase the spread of this coronavirus. I mean, um, it's for reasons of spite and jealousy. Spite and jealousy never goes away, even during an epi or pandemic. So people are still gonna be people, yeah, and they're still gonna spread it through spite and jealousy and hate. Yeah. So as TIs, we're victims to people who are venting out their frustrations. So we have to be careful, and this is why I give my advice. It's preventative. I don't advise you to go out there attacking people. Just avoid, and as we say, duck them, innit? Yeah, that's it. All right. The emergent crowd. It's a temporal emergent phenomenon. Avoid that at all costs. Close your windows and doors, yeah, so that you avoid the emergent crowd. Okay, only go outside when you need to. This is useful advice. It's preventative measures. It's better than taking a medication which could be spiked by people who are jealous and hateful and spiteful. So it's better to prevent than to cure. Thank you.